I've been hearing from so many teachers that when they're trying to give assignments to their students, they just don't know what materials their students have at home. Well, I've got a little solution. For the best ideas and information about arts integration in SEAL, subscribe to the Inspired Classrooms channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every week. I'm Elizabeth Peterson. Let's get started. So if you're a teacher trying to figure out what kind of materials students have at home that they can maybe use for an art project or some kind of an assignment that you want to give them, I've got a couple of solutions. Today I want to give you 4 ways that you can actually create paint using materials that almost everybody is going to have at home. And I'll give you a couple of suggestions on how you can tweak the recipes so that all students can find a little bit of success. So we are going to start with a very basic paint with some really simple ingredients. I'm going to be making just 2 colors. So I've got 2 cups ready to roll, and I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of flour for each of the cups. Also 1 tablespoon of salt for each. And then 1 tablespoon of water for each. So it's 1 part flour, 1 part salt, and 1 part water. And then you may have guessed we're gonna mix them up and add some food coloring. And that's it. And we are ready to paint. Now I'm using some drawing paper here, so it's a little bit thicker. If you're using regular paper, you might find that it's a little too thin. And if that's the case, go ahead and check out your recycling bin. I found some good cardboard and I started doing some of the paint on the back of it. You can also try some different techniques like using utensils, or even get a little fun and start using your fingers. I even tried using a little bit of a paper towel. The key here is to have some fun and experiment. So here are my examples. I never said I was an artist, but I did have some fun. Now when you're done, you can store this paint in a container and use it for later, but make sure you clean up. Now for this next paint, we are going to use coffee. So for this, you actually take the coffee from the coffee pot and you can start painting with it. Now, the coffee from the coffee pot was actually a little too light in color, so I boiled some of the coffee in a pan and came out with an even darker shade. Now you could actually boil 2 different pots of coffee if you want. Dark roast, light roast, kind of experiment with that. But I decided to just boil it and evaporate some of the water out of the same coffee and came out with a little bit of a different color. Now, before I move on in my masterpiece, I want to introduce you to spice paint. You may have guessed it, I'm going to use some spices. So I found these little containers from the recycling bin. They're actually my cat food containers. And I just put some spices inside and added a little bit of water and mixed them up. And of course, different spices, different colors, you're going to get different colored spice paint. So for this, I used paprika, which got me that nice red, and then I used some cumin and got that orangey yellow color. Now you could probably mix it better than I did and make it really nice and smooth instead of that texture, but you might like that texture as well. And of course the painting was really nice and smelled great. So I had some fun painting with some spices and then also mixing it with those different shades of coffee. So just have some experimentation time and have some fun with it. And now our final homemade paint, watercolor paint. So the recipe calls for 4 tablespoons of baking soda and 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And that's always a fun chemical reaction to watch. Mix that up, and then you're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of Caro syrup, preferably the light kind. And then The final ingredient is cornstarch, but I did not have cornstarch, so I used flour instead. 2 tablespoons of that and mix it up really well. Again, I went to the recycling bin and grabbed some of those cat food containers, and they worked really well. You could also use little bottle caps, or really what's ideal is an ice cube tray, because then when it's done, you can really use it like a watercolor set. All right, next is of course food coloring, and then you're going to mix up each of those colors really, really well. Now this kind of paint takes a little bit of time because you need these to dry. So they're going to dry for at least 24 hours. Now I have to admit, it was kind of hard waiting that long to actually use these paints, but let me tell ya, using them once they were done was really, really worth the time. I had a lot of fun painting with these watercolor paints.
Any ideas?
Now, if you don't have all the ingredients at home for one of the different ways to create the paint, that's okay. Look at what you do have. You may find that you can find a solution to your problem, a substitution for a different ingredient that maybe you don't have. That's what some of my students did. You know, they didn't have enough salt, so they tried a little something different. Or they didn't have food coloring, so they went into their pantry and looked for different sauces that might actually create a different color that they would like to use. So there are so many possibilities right inside your home. All you have to do is look around and get a little creative. I hope you have a lot of fun with this. Good luck with your painting. And you know what? I would love to see some of your examples. So if you want to share an example of a painting that you did using any one of these, or maybe some other ideas that you may have, put it in the comments. Type in what you did. Type in what kind of project you created, or you could even add a picture. Now that would be pretty cool to see. All right, I can't wait to hear from you guys, and enjoy your painting at home.